no injuries to report, so I'll just go ahead and open it up.
Coach, what did you see from your backup wide receivers, and did Shi Smith do enough to earn a spot?
Obviously, we're going to get in here and dive into the tape. I thought there were some good moments. Obviously, a lot of little mistakes here and there, but I'm going to need to take the time. Like we said the other day, this is a very valuable tape, really, to try to figure out these last roster spots. So we'll take our time with that.
It doesn't look like you guys want to do a lot of running with Bryce, but was it nice to see him make some plays with his feet?
Yeah, no, and his instincts, right? And we got to work on his sliding a little bit. We got to work on his sliding a little bit, but he has that in him. He has that instinct, right? He has that make you miss. Like even when a guy has him dead to rights, we've seen that in practice. Little snippets of that. You come out, a guy has him dead. He has that little stop, start, hesitation move. That's hard to figure out. So that was good by him.
What happened with Adam towards the sideline on that first drive?
Just got the wind knocked out of him. Is that the one he got hurt on?
Yeah.
He's got the wind knocked out.
He
of him.
seemed pretty heated about it.
I didn't see that part of it, but first I thought it might have been head, but then they said he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Psychologically, how important was it for Bryce to be able to put together, a touchdown drive heading into the regular season?
I think it helps. I don't think it's do or die. I don't think it's life or death. We said it all week. We'd like to go out there and have some success as the first offense, the first unit. I thought we had two solid drives. So every little bit helps.
Part of the offensive sort of flow against the Giants, you had a nice long drive, but there were some backups there. You had a couple of penalties, a couple of procedural things, and then in this game, I felt, tell me what you think, kind of went forward, didn't have those backup plays, those minus plays. Was that something you aimed to do coming into this game with your offense?
No doubt. Just got to eliminate. We can't beat ourselves, so we got to eliminate mistakes. We had one penalty in the one drive. We had a 2nd and 4, went back to 2nd and 9, but I think that was it. And it didn't stop the drive. I don't think that penalty stopped the drive. So, but no doubt, right? In this game, we understand you can't beat yourself. So we got to minimize those mistakes. They're going to happen. So when they do happen, you have to show that you can overcome them. But we did do a better job early on in the game of avoiding some of those small mistakes.
How many times have you seen that play on Peoples at the end called that way? You ever seen it before?
No. But you trust the process. Obviously I didn't like the call, but we'll get a good look at it, and I'll have a chance to talk with him. I just want to understand it better. I really just want to understand it a little bit better. But you trust the guys there and to make the right call, and so just thankfully it was only a preseason game.
You characterized Bryce as very sharp last week. How would you characterize tonight's performance overall?
Yeah, I think he was sharp and productive and made plays, and showed some play, even more playmaking ability with his feet. The throw for the touchdown. There was another throw to Adam on kind of a big box throw that Adam lost the ball in the lights that I think had a decent chance to be completed, but Adam lost the ball in the lights. So I thought he was accurate and made plays.
Frank, Derek Wright had a really impressive offseason program. He had a really good first game in the preseason, got injured. I know you said before that you waited on Chandler Zavala and Nash Jensen for the right guard spot, but how much did this competition kind of weigh on how many injuries you had and then Derek getting healthy enough for this game?
Yeah, and I give a lot of credit to Derek because, he got a little bit banged up in the last game, and, he fought through it. He wanted to desperately play. So he's a tough guy, and he's had a great offseason, a great training camp. Started tonight. He was in there for DJ. So like what Derek has done, we'll look at everything and evaluate. Obviously, tough decisions ahead, but certainly he's done well for himself.
What were your first impressions of the offensive line after tonight? They've had kind of a rough preseason, but what did you see from them tonight?
Yeah, I thought the protection was good. Obviously go back and look at the film. Might have been one thing that got through, but and I thought, again, we didn't call as many runs tonight, but that was by design. Wanted Bryce to just throw it a little. Every game you go in and try to accomplish a little something. Last week against the Giants, with all their blitzing, I just didn't want to get into a pass fest against a team that was going to blitz on every down. This week I knew, they'd play more straight up, so it was an opportunity just to kind of test the pass game a little bit, test the protection up front a little bit like that. So I thought they did a good job.
Frank, you had said you wanted to have the group together on the offensive line that you were going to carry in the season. Does that mean Zavala is your starter at right guard?
No, I'm not saying that yet. I mean, obviously that's ideal, but we'll evaluate this tape, and we got the next few days to kind of figure that out and make that decision.
Frank, do you have a better feel for whether those 3 wideouts will be good for week 1?
I don't know yet. I really don't. I try to be optimistic on those things, but at the same time, I don't really you desperately want them to be healthy, but I'm not desperate about if it happens or not. If that makes sense. It's just you got to do what you got to do. So we'll figure it out. If they're not healthy, we'll the next man up. We'll figure out other ways to do what we got to do to be productive.
Getting,
We'll take 2 more questions. Go ahead, Mike.
getting Eddie that live opportunity and him making it, how big was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was good to get him out there. I was glad we got that opportunity, and he's been kind of itching to get back out there. And I think, listen, he had such a good year last year. He's an accomplished kicker. It would have been fine, but I think just getting that one operation, that one make in there is a big deal going into week 1.
Last question for Vashti.
Kind of a rough quarter, the second quarter defensively. What did you see there? I know at the end of the going into half of 10 points.
Yeah, you're right, Vashti. It was sloppy. I mean, it was a sloppy second quarter there, on both sides of the ball, really. I mean, the end of the half did not go very well, right? I mean, we have a nice 2-minute drive. We turn it over. They get a huge play. We get the ball back. Normally I just kneel down right there at the end of the preseason, at the end of a half with that amount of time left. But, we're trying to evaluate players, so we run the ball, just so we can get that on tape and evaluate. We turn it over again. They get, they score 3 more points. So, and then in between there, it was a little bit sloppy too. So we got to get those things cleaned up, and we will. I feel confident in that.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.
Y'all
everybody.
stay tight.